What's going on, YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be, and welcome to, try to pronounce it, FG, Sword Art Online, Alicization Rising Steel. This is a brand new hero collector that came out just last night, so if you do want to download the title, I will have the links in the description below. So, FG, what is Sword Art Online Rising Steel? Well, this is a brand new hero collector brought to you by Bandai Namco. And you guys know when I go into a Bandai Namco game, I go in there with zero expectations. But I gotta say, thus far, and I know this is very early, not a bad job, Bandai, pretty decent. So normally at this point of the video, we kind of go through the heroes that you can collect, but who cares about my stamp of approval? That's what I'm saying. Hey, who cares about my stamp of approval when it comes to popular animes? If you love Sword Art Online, you're absolutely gonna love the characters here. And if your favorite character is not in the game yet, I'm pretty sure they're on the way. So here are a few of the characters that I have unlocked thus far. I have not done any summons with my cash shop currency just yet, but very early on in the game, you get a tutorial pool, which gives you a guaranteed 4-star, and then you get plenty of currency to do some gacha pulls as well. So if you do want to re-roll in this game, you can. However, like the early part of the game, the tutorial part of the game is very slow and kind of hand-holdy, so it's not long, but it's kind of annoying. So do keep that in mind if you plan on re-rolling. I decided just to take what I got and just went with it. So let's go ahead and jump into some combat, ladies and gentlemen. As you guys can see, this is going to be a hero collector with a stamina-based system here. It's going to cost me 14 stamina to go in here. Of course, you can bring a supporter, so we're going to go ahead and bring this overpowered Alice. In this game, you can bring 4 main members as well as 3 sub-members, including that supporter. So during combat, you can flip characters back and forth between your main line and your bench to do combos or to flip people out that are starting to get weak. And of course, I'll show you all of that once we jump in to combat. Now, unlike another Bandai Namco game, Digimon Re-Arise, the loading times in this game are quite fluid, so shout out to them. Very nice. Now, the presentation of this game really impressed me. It feels like, and I know this is a kind of a cliche thing to say, but it feels like you're playing the anime, and not just in the cutscenes, but in the combat itself. I think the presentation of this game is fantastic. Some of the stages are just literally beautiful. I don't normally use the word beautiful, but it's a beautiful game in some aspects. So very good so far, Bandai Namco. Now, here we are in combat. As you guys can see, this game kind of reminds me of like those old school dungeon divers where you have like a first person perspective. But one of the biggest gripes I know a lot of people have with those old school dungeon divers is that the first person perspective only kind of showed you your enemy. But in this game, they kind of solved that. So the camera constantly pans back and forth between the enemy as well as your party. So you get a nice viewpoint of both. So all of that will make sense once we actually jump into combat. So here's Kirito. I have a few different options here. I can do an attack, which costs me nothing. I can stay and basically kind of pass my turn to the person behind me, or I can use some mana here and do an assault skill, which is basically a single target attack. We'll go ahead and do that here. Now, my gripe, even though I love the presentation of the combat, I really do like the way this game looks. I feel like the animations are a little long. There is no speed up function in this game. There is autoplay, so you can kind of speed up the animations via autoplay, but when you're playing manual, the animations are a little slow. So let's go ahead and keep going here. Now I have an ultimate meter right over here in the bottom right hand corner. So I can do an ability called Charge. Basically, Charge does damage and also kind of boosts my ultimate meter here. So let's go ahead and do that. Now you do have the option to skip animations, but it's a little tedious because there's no auto skip function. Like you constantly have to click the skip, click the skip, click the skip. So I would love to see the combat sped up just a little bit and maybe like a shortened animation setting that you can probably apply. So that would be nice. So right now I just did charge on my Kirito before. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is link those charges together. So I'm gonna go ahead and link charge, doing some extra damage here. I'll kind of let some of the animations play out for now, but we'll start skipping a few of them as we go along. Like this is a really good looking game. I'm actually shocked that this came from Bandai Namco. Bandai is not known for being innovative, and this is, you're not really gonna find any other hero collector on mobile that looks like this. Like this kind of reminds me of like a console JRPG. So shout out to them on that one. Let's go ahead and kind of switch it up here. I have an AoE ability here as well. So this is Assault. Very nice, great soundtrack as well. And once again, since I just did Assault on my previous character, I can link another Assault right next to it. And we'll just go ahead and kill this guy here. We'll skip the animations for now to kind of speed it up just a tad. And as you guys can see, my ultimate meter continues to rise. I also have buffs that I can do as well. So if I want to raise my magic attack on my allies, I can do that. Or what I probably should do with the most damage, since I've already done 2 assaults in a row, we're going to go ahead and link that assault one more time for a 3 times assault link there. Very, very nice. Oh, how about a 4? Let's keep going. And this is the beauty of this combat system, is that you can link together your charge abilities as well as your assault abilities by using this rotation function as well. So let's say I'm on this roll where I'm just kind of constantly doing assaults, right? What I can do, and what I just did basically, is I rotated that guy out because he doesn't have any type of assault ability. So he was gonna break my combo. I would not be able to do another assault chain, but I can throw him on my bench, bring in my cool eye patch Pirate Alice here, and continue my assault with a ×5 multiplier again. So I like that, and you're not always going to want to do that. It really depends on what you're trying to do. But linking together combos and kind of flipping in and out between your main line and your bench is what this combat system really excels with. So once again, not bad, Bandai Namco. I'm low-key shocked. Low-key shocked. So let's keep going here. We're gonna go ahead and keep on assaulting. We'll skip some animations, but definitely loving what the potential of this combat system can probably bring as we start to get to some higher end content here. So we're gonna go ahead and continue linking together some charges, and you can kind of see every single time I do an ability, I click skip, do an ability, click skip, do an ability, click slip. I would love to see some type of quality of life to kind of remedy that a little bit. I could heal if I wanted to, but not going to. So right now, as you guys can see, the enemy has an ultimate meter as well. So I can, in return, break them down a little bit and kind of reduce their ultimate. That way, I can kind of reduce the likelihood they'll be able to get an ultimate off. So that's what I was kind of talking about earlier. You're not always going to go all out damage. Sometimes you're going to need to heal, you're going to need to buff, you're going to need to change charge skills together, assault, things of that nature. So combat system, I think, is fantastically done. Once again, Bandai Namco. I'm just going to do a basic attack real quick. That way I can finish off my ultimate meter. And we're going to go ahead and do the ultimate. So here we go. Very, very nice. And completely over the top, as it's supposed to be. And then I can keep on going. I'm going to go ahead and just switch my combination. So here's Leafa there. And let's do, I'm gonna do assault. And then I want you to also do assault. And the combos get bigger. So I'm only linking 2 of them together, but there's instances where you can link all 4 of your party members together to do like a really just insane attack there. So once again, shout out to Bandai Namco. I love this still water attack. It's like she just bunts them in the head with her sword. Pretty crazy. So combat, the presentation of the combat, so far extremely impressed. And it just seems so unlikely that Bandai Namco put this together. Like I'm flabbergasted. Because normally they play it very safe, and some of this game is very safe. And before I get too engrossed in this game's combat system, which I do absolutely love, if you want to have a combat stamp of approval, this game absolutely gets it. However, and this is what I was just about to allude to, Bandai does kind of play it safe a little bit. So you do have your normal story quest line over here. As you guys can see, I've already defeated chapter 1, chapter 2, and it kind of goes up from there. So plenty of story chapters all the way up to 12, and there are different difficulty levels as well. So once you beat it on normal, you're also gonna have to go through and do it again on hard. So plenty of story-based content to be had in the game. In addition to that, there's also an events screen here as well. So I haven't quite unlocked it just yet, but currently there's an event going on right now to get yourself a limited character, another event right here which will get you some exclusive armor to equip on your characters, and then there's another event right here that gives you equipment that you can use inside PvP. That's basically what this battle system is over here. You have your daily resource grinds, as you might expect, so every single day you're going to log into the game, do your entries of your EXP dungeons, your evolution dungeons, gold, etc, etc. And this is just a tutorial to teach you how to do equipment. So this is what I was talking about. The game still plays it very safe. You got a fantastic combat system, incredible presentation, and then the only thing that's surrounding all of that is a basic story mode, daily resource grinds, and events. That's it. There's no guilds, there's no raiding, there's no co-op, there's nothing like that. You have your story quests, you have daily resource grinds, events, and you have PvP. that is the extent of the game. So in some aspects, I'm very impressed that Bandai Namco put together something like this, because nothing that I have ever seen looks quite like this game, but at the same time, it is still very safe. So don't get too, like, I know the honeymoon phase, it hits me too, I know. But I feel like after we play this a few days, we're going to kind of see more of this game and kind of figure out, all right, so here's where this game kind of lacks a few things. So, and I think personally it's going to be on the social aspect and the co-op aspect. I think this game is going to lack quite a bit there. And I'm not, even though I'm impressed with this effort by Bandai Namco, I'm not really optimistic with them adding things very quickly in that aspect. I could be wrong. I'd love to be wrong. But that's just really not Bandai Namco's MO. So they usually wait to like a really big update, like a 2.0 update or a 3.0 update to add anything major. So that kind of, in my opinion, I think is the main sore spot on this game for me, is just the lack of social things to do with your friends and things of that nature. So that is that. Now, before we finish this video off, as we always do with a nice little summon session, let's kind of talk about the upgrade systems here in the game. The game has a pretty decent quality of life here. All you have to do is click unlock all, and as long as you have the materials for it, the game will automatically unlock skills, passives, bonus, etc. on your skill tree. One click. I like it. I appreciate it. Quality of life in Bandai. I can't believe those two things went together. In addition to that, you also have an equipment system where you can equip swords, armor, as well as accessories. This game does have an equipment gacha separate from the character gacha, so do keep that in mind. And this game also has EXP juice that you can apply to your character, so you're not gonna have to like constantly grind your characters to level them up, which I always appreciate. So that is that, ladies and gentlemen. This will not be the last that you see of this game. I definitely want to get to the point where I can unlock this event, and then I'll get back with you, record another video, and kind of give you guys some updated impressions once we hit that. So let's go ahead and end this off as we always do. No PvP, FG? Not yet. All these other people I've been summoning, I haven't summoned yet, so I'm gonna do some PvP a little bit later. But as you guys can see, I have 5 battle points here, so I can do fights 5 times. I assume it refreshes on a timer, but don't quote me on that one just yet. I don't know if you just get 5 per day or you get 5 on a reoccurring timer, so more to come on that. But let's go ahead and do a nice little summon session, ladies and gentlemen. So right now there is a paid single scout where you're guaranteed to get a 4-star ticket. You have to buy like a bundle of gems in order to do that. Here is the equipment gacha, same thing applies. There's also bundles where you can buy, you get a free 4-star guaranteed weapon ticket. Right now 4-star is the highest rarity in the game. Here's the equipment gacha that I was talking about. And here is some of the guaranteed 3 stars here. So we're gonna go ahead and do a couple of 3-star summons. I'll let the full animation play out. I don't know who this lady is. I assume she's like a floor keeper of some sort. Using my context clues. Generate aerial element. Actually, I totally forgot to mention that. This game does have an elemental weakness system as well. But early on, I have so little characters, you know, I really can't kind of focus on the elemental system just yet. Hey, I got myself an Asuna combat demon. Yes, she is. Who knew, ladies and gentlemen? For a person that doesn't watch the anime, I got 2 games on my channel right now starring Sword Art Online characters. Kind of crazy. Go ahead and skip the animation this time around. Who is this lady? Oh man, I wanted to click. All right, there you go. That lady. So let's go ahead and do a full summon. So your very first 11 times summon is 50% off. So let's go ahead and do that. And you get this currency very early in the game. Like as soon as you're done with the tutorial, you get the tutorial summon. And then once you check your inbox, you have enough currency to do one of these summons as well. So if you really want to re-roll, you absolutely can. Doesn't look like I got any 4 stars out of this one. Here, I assume these are all duplicates, so I got this currency over here. More to come on that. Do I have enough to do one more summon? Yes, we do. Let's go ahead and do one more summon here. Want to see if I can get like 1 4-star? Can I get something? Anything at all? Skip that animation. Nothing. Man, what a shaft. I need to re-roll. I'm not going to, though. I don't feel like it. So that will do it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, once again, my name is FG3000. This was a look at Sword Art Online Rising Steel. Pretty solid first impressions, I must say. I can absolutely see a few cracks in the foundation of the game long term, but early on, it's solid. And if Bandai Namco stays on their game and keeps the game updated, does a good job with the community aspect, it could be a pretty decent sleeper hit, I must admit. So that'll do it. My name is FG3000. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later.